Good morning, everyone. It's good afternoon for me, but I know it's good morning for you. I just wanted to let you guys know that I've officially been in Zimbabwe now for 6 months. It's kind of hard to believe, and of course, it's a weird 6 months because of our pandemic. But I just want to kind of share with you guys a little bit about what I've experienced since I've been here, what it's like being American in Africa. So, probably one of the first things that was kind of crazy to me was, let's say when I got picked up from the airport and I'm riding in the car, there's no like yield to pedestrian situations going here. It's more like the pedestrians are yielding to the cars. So that's what's going on. I thought it was crazy, but it's also like, something that the people and the drivers and pedestrians end up working out. And I was thinking that maybe a lot of people were getting killed on the road because of it, but I don't think they are, which is also crazy. So then on top of that, just like basic observations, just me looking around at the people and how they move around and what they do. They're active people. So when I compare living in like Iowa, for example, or anywhere that I've lived in the U.S., there's a lot of obesity. Of course, that's one of the biggest health issues in the U.S. So I look around here and you might see, I don't know, 1 out of 100 obese people, or maybe even less than that, because most people are active all day. I sat and watched the guy across the street. I don't know if you can see this field back here, but this field was full of grass, probably like 6 feet tall. And I sat and watched this guy chop it down by hand over a course of like 3 days. So it's a lot of physical things that happen here. Firewood is a big deal. So people are always hauling firewood on bikes, on their heads when they're walking, miles and miles and miles. I don't even know how many miles they end up walking with these things on their heads. But so the firewood is a thing, and they use it for cooking, use it for keeping warm, because like having whole like heating units and air conditioning units and all that in houses isn't like a normal thing. I mean, it's here, but it's not necessarily a normal thing. So the next thing is the water. So we don't have, like, I guess in some towns in this area there's like public water systems, but we don't have like public water systems so in our neighborhood. So we have to pump our own water out of the grounds, and we store it in this green tank behind me. So I'm used to just running water just to be running water. I'm used to running water for like 8 minutes for it to get warm, especially when you live in Iowa. You gotta run the water for like ever in the wintertime before you get like a hot stream to get in the shower. So I was so used to just running water and stuff here, but here it's like, you don't just run water. You don't just waste it. So I've changed my ways on water. And then the next thing is, at our house, we don't have hot water. So we have to boil our water to take a bath. So what I basically bath out of a bucket, but in a bathtub, you know, not like a bucket, you know. But I don't bath in the bucket, but I bath out of the bucket in the bathtub, if you know what I'm saying. So that's what happens. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like there's extra steps to things. It's just inconveniences, you know, but it's not anything that's like, oh God, this is horrible. I'm stressed out. I'm got high blood pressure. I need some meds. Like, it's not even on that level. It's just like, okay, let me plan ahead. And then you really don't have to plan ahead because nobody is on time here. You know, they talk about CP time, colored people time, and all this other time associated with colored people, but it's different here. It's just like, it's like times a day. If you have an arrangement with somebody and say like, oh, what time will we meet? Oh, in the afternoon. There's no actual time that's been told out or agreed upon. It's just in the afternoon, which is after 12. So anytime, you know, just whenever. So that is kind of hard for me to adjust with as well. Even though I was never the most punctual person, I still, in my mind, was trying to be punctual. But you kind of have to be punctual when you live in the U.S. Just everything's always moving fast. So, that I had to like step back on and be like, okay, relax, Tara. Don't get irritated. Don't get annoyed. People don't even really look at the clock here for the most part. So that I'm taking a step back on also. What else? Oh, we can talk about the kids since they're making all this noise now. Parenting is way less stressful here. As you can see, my yard has a wall around it. These are called Dura walls, and most houses have a wall around them and a gate. You know, people that make more money here usually have a guard at the gate, or they have a guard shack. So I don't necessarily worry about anybody kidnapping my kids or taking my kids and raping them or doing anything crazy like I was constantly worried about over there. Even here, it's more of a village. So you see across the street, you can see, oh, right here with the tip of my finger, that's a little veggie stand right there. So those people are like our family. So if they were to see anything going on here, they'd let us know. We also have a guard shack on the outside of our wall. And they come at about 9 p.m. Or no, not 9 p.m. They come at about 7 or 8 p.m. like when it starts getting dark. And they sit there all night. So we have our armed guard there. There's not even really crime in our neighborhood. The only thing that has been done since I've been here is that someone stole our copper wire to our electricity, because that is a thing here. They will risk their lives to climb up on a pole and cut a piece of copper wire for some money. So that happened in our neighborhood, and we were without power for a while, but we're always without power. That's another thing that's just normal. We pay for electricity. We have an electricity company. We also have solar panels, and we also have a gas generator. So usually during the month, at some point or another, the electricity company will not be able to supply us power. So then we will switch to solar. And if it's a cloudy day or a rainy day, then we won't even be able to switch to solar. So then we'll have to cut on the generator. But either way, we got power. We're going to have power either way. And then, even though electricity supply is sporadic, it's still really cheap. It's really like 20 or 30 bucks a month for us. And that includes the power that it takes to pump the water into the tank. We pump water probably every couple of days in the tank, and I don't know how many gallons that is, but I don't know. We don't use that much water. We're very frugal with that. What else? Oh, okay, so then I just also want to talk about the people and the quality of people so far. Of course, like, when I first got here, things were only kind of normal for like 2 weeks, and then lockdown happened. So I didn't really get to socialize too much. But then we got a little window of when we could kind of like socialize a little bit before they started the political stuff over here. And I was able to meet a lot of interesting people. I've met people that are just so worldly, like they've just been in so many places. They're not just like just American or just one thing. They've lived in so many different places. So like, to talk to these kind of people and then to see their views and their ambitions, for one, is pretty interesting. I think it's probably one of the most diverse groups of people I've been around. Maybe California I felt was very diverse, but this is like it's just a different level of diversity. It's like they'll be like Greek but Zimbabwean, but raised in the UK, just crazy stuff like that. But then on top of that, like I was saying, they're very ambitious, and everybody is more like on self-survival mode. So instead of like, waiting for some kind of relief or whatever, it's more like self-survival mode. The government situation here is going through a lot of corruptions, like most governments. But here it affects the people, it affects the economy more directly here. So the people have no choice but to like make a way and make a plan, like they say here in Zimbabwe. So they make a plan with everything. So the other issue is the cash. We struggled to get cash. It's crazy because it's like, for me, I have to try to like transfer money from my U.S. account over here and then get the cash from either like a Western Union or a World Remit. And even with that, they'll only give you like large bills. So getting like $1 bills or $5 bills is like becoming harder and harder. It was already hard when I first got here, but because, the foreign exchange rate to U.S. dollars is always fluctuating, and Zimbabwe is going through like a currency identity crisis, like kind of like they don't know, or they're trying to figure out what currency to use because they've been going back and forth, between the Zimbabwean dollar and the U.S. dollar. So now everything's just all messed up, and then now most of the transactions here are done digitally. So we have Echo Cash, but then now Echo Cash is kind of losing its value, and the U.S. dollar is getting more value. It's just like an ever-changing thing. It's not just the same. It's not just you go to the store, you buy a loaf of bread for 80 cents today, and it's 80 cents tomorrow. No, it's not. It's just forever changing. But generally, if you have U.S. dollars here, things are cheaper versus if you're somebody that lives here and you're living like off of Zimbabwean dollars, and things are not as cheap. But then the other thing I enjoy is that there's not a lot of fast food, and there's not a lot of marketing of bullcrap to kids, like in the grocery store and billboards and everywhere you look. So my kids are kind of like, I don't even know if I mean, they're not like anti-Disney and Nickelodeon and all that, but it's like it's not even part of their thoughts anymore. And then like McDonald's and all that, it's just not even a thought anymore. And the thing that is in abundance here is veggie stands. So like I said, there's a guy across the street right here, and there's a lady directly on the other side of my wall that I buy my veggies from every week. And I probably pay her about $7 or $8 a week for for a week's worth of veggies, and it's like everything until my garden gets popping. Then what was I talking? I'm going off on a tangent. Sorry, I got off my subject. Oh yeah, the kids. So then so we don't really, of course we don't pay for cable. They have like DSTV and all that satellite and stuff here, but we don't pay for it. The kids just play outside all day. I really don't have much to worry about with that. We have a maid, and she helps out with a lot of stuff around the house because we have a pretty large house to be cleaning on a daily basis. But then besides that, I think the people are generally very happy for the situation that their economy's in. You don't see, I mean, if the U.S. had like a 700 or 800% inflation rate, it would be a madhouse over there. It's already kind of a madhouse, but it would just be so much crazier. I mean, they live within the chaos. They find a way for everything. When they can't get cash, they find a way to exchange the cash. They make money off of that. Somebody's selling something everywhere, whether it's like just a handful of veggies, whether it's a little toy that they made by hand. They're just like out there. You can do whatever you want here, and you ain't got to worry about because you're black on the street. Just because you're black on the street, you're gonna get messed with. You ain't even gotta worry about that here. You don't have to worry about being black with a backpack on your back, riding on a bicycle at nighttime. You ain't even gotta worry about that. Everybody is black, so that's not the issue. The issue is they're fighting the government. They're not fighting for the race. They're not fighting for racial equality. There is racism here, but it's not, I mean, this is like a 95% black country. So just imagine. The whole outlook on life for me is different now. And I definitely needed to come here to see that the things that I experienced growing up in the U.S. are not necessarily everywhere. It's not really a thing, And they even ask me, they look at me crazy because I'm American, and they think like, oh, that's the better place to be. And because Zimbabwe is in such an economic turmoil, why would I want to be here? But they don't understand the peace that you get when you come from the United States as a black American, and then you come to Africa. My peace of mind, my parenting, just everything. Even the people that come to the house, we have a tutor that comes to the house for the kids because school is closed, and they're just so, the quality is just, I mean, I can't even explain it. The quality of like their care and the love for building like generational wealth or traditions and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, it's amazing. Even in turmoil, like these people find the happiness. They're always smiling. They're always happy. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'd get on here and give you guys a little synopsis of my 6 months in Zimbabwe / Southern Africa, Southern Hemisphere. Oh, also, I've been in fall for almost the whole year. It is just now becoming summer for me. I left Iowa in February and I got here when it was fall going into winter, and it got down to like 40 degrees or so at nighttime, which I can handle it. But I was coming here with the thoughts of Africa was going to be hot like all the time. I'm thinking I'm just going to be out here in my two-piece walking around with my hoochie mama shorts on. I left all my long boots at home, everything, all of it. So, yeah, I was a little disappointed by the weather here, but like I said, it's like California, so I can handle it. It's a cheaper California. It like hardly ever rains. It's always sunny. I guess there is a rainy season, but you know, this whole climate change, global warming thing is happening, so even here, rainy seasons aren't happening. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm geared up and ready for summer. I'm busting out the summer clothes. And yeah. But if you guys want more, I do have a YouTube channel. You can look me up by my name. And I am putting more informational content on there, not so much rambling like I'm doing now. And I've kind of learned how to make videos a little bit, so it's a little better content, like informational stuff about my life here. So yeah, follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, and I don't know, I'm just here and I'm ready to get it. I just feel like I have so many opportunities now and I'm not being held back. I don't have to worry about because I'm black I'm gonna get skipped over, or because I'm a black woman I don't get an equal opportunity, even though they say equal opportunity, they really don't give it to you. I have at least 3 business partners already, which is crazy. Just out of like maybe 2 weeks of socializing, I have some big projects on my plate and they just keep on growing. So at this point, whatever Zimbabwe is gonna throw at me, I'm gonna catch it and I'm gonna run with it. So yeah, I'm out of here, and go Bears. I'm still a Bears fan. Don't get it twisted. Alright? I think we might have the quarterback thing a little lined out. We might. So I got my VPN because I couldn't get on CBS over here in Africa. They don't allow it. I got my VPN, so I'm going to be watching them games. But anyway, y'all stay safe over there. I'm upset and kind of happy that I don't have to experience this part of American history, but I can be on the outside looking in. So I would really like for everyone to be safe out there. Keep your eyes open, keep your nose clean, listen to both sides of the story, and let's get out of 2020. Bye.